Hello there, and welcome to the Bicycle Diaries, and welcome to week 23 of my Mallorca training plan. So I'm just out for a nice easy-ish ride tonight. I'm actually riding with my other half, who's not a cyclist as such, so it's going to be fairly leisurely, but it's a great opportunity for me to have a bit of a recovery. My ride yesterday was the 53-kilometre rather lumpy route that I did out to Old Winchester Hill and Beacon Hill, and I still feel a little bit sore in my legs. So yeah, today's going to be a great opportunity just to get the blood flowing and just raise my heart rate just enough to get some nice kind of recovery going. Tonight's route is kind of based on my Southwark course. We'll do the first half and then cut it quite short. Normally when Di and I go out, we do about 15 kilometres, and she gets quite competitive on the Edney's Lane climb, which she didn't want to do tonight as she's had some problems with her back. So we're just trying to do a nice little flat route, hopefully probably about 20 kilometres by the time we get back. Nice and easy. Just stop for a little breather. So there we go, that's the first ride of the week in the can. Nice and easy 18 kilometres. Don't think my heart rate got above 60%, but that's precisely what I needed tonight as a recovery ride. In complete contrast to yesterday's ride, I'm out tonight on the Edney's Lane route, pushing it as hard as I can, getting yet another PR on the main climb and finishing the entire route in under 54 minutes. Normally on a Tuesday evening we have the Jolly Good Velo Zwift group ride. Now these rides are still running, but I haven't joined in for a few weeks now, and this has been for a couple of reasons. Firstly, the bike that I use on the Turbo Trainer hasn't had any wheels, so that's a little bit of a disadvantage. And then secondly, the speed sensor that communicates how fast I'm riding to Zwift wasn't working, and there was a session a couple of weeks ago where I joined in the warm-up, and then when the session actually started, I was left like Billy No Mates in the rain at the bus stop. Kind of sums real life up, really. So if you want to join these group rides, they're still running, and they happen every Tuesday evening at 6:30 UK time. But I will be organising some rides for the people in Australia. I realise that over there it's very, very early in the morning, and people like Bruce Ricketts has to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning or something ridiculous like that to be able to join in. So I'm just going to organise a second Jolly Good Velo Zwift ride right now on the Zwift app. So to do that, I just go over to the Zwift Companion app. Come down to events, and let's create another meetup. So let's say that meetup will take place on next Tuesday. Let's say next Monday evening, because I probably don't want it to clash with the original one. And I think a good time would be, let's say, 7 o'clock in the morning. UK time, so Monday the 29th of June at 7 o'clock in the morning, so that's that done. And so let's pick a course for them. What the Aussie's going to like, Let's treat them to Yorkshire. I love Yorkshire, so I'm sure they're going to love that. The UCI World's Harrogate Circuit, 14 kilometres. So let me just start by inviting Bruce Ricketts. So there he is, he's invited. Go back and then create meetup. And that's all there is to it. So hopefully the people down in Australia and New Zealand will have a Jolly Good Velo Zwift group ride that's a bit better timings wise for them now. Today I made the mistake of cycling down to Bognor in the full-on midday sun when it was 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and I seriously underestimated what sort of effect the heat was going to have on me. I got down to Bognor okay, despite having a full-on headwind all the way down there, and obviously when I turned for home that headwind became a very nice tailwind pushing me back. Now, it was all sunshine and rainbows for about the first 20 kilometres of the return journey, and then I ran out of fluids and the heat really started to get to me. And basically I had to stop off a couple of times, including a stop at a local garage to buy some more fluids, and by the time I got home I was seriously dehydrated and overheated. I thought I liked riding in the heat, but today has proved me wrong. Okay, this isn't the normal thing that I would do on the channel, but I've watched plenty of other YouTube channels, and it seems that unboxing is the thing that they do. So without further ado, let's get on with this unboxing. It's something that I've bought for myself from Sigma Sport with my own money, and I will be reviewing it a bit later on, but let's just see what's in the box here. Okay, let's just open that up. Oh dear. Right, let's just tear it open. So, it appears that I have bought myself some, put the box down here like this. Pair of graphene Victoria competition graphene tyres, and that's for something that's going to be happening a bit later on. Hopefully that's going to be very exciting. I won't open those just yet because I'm waiting for some wheels to turn up that are going to be specially made for heavier riders, and these Victoria graphene tyres are the ones that have been recommended for the tyre. So I'll get to all of that when the wheels themselves turn up. And then, oh right, they've included a Cliff Bar, thank you Sigma Sport. And then finally, I've treated myself to a pair of new shoes. have a look at them. Ooh, they are nice. Unfortunately, they're looking a bit big. I did buy them a couple of sizes bigger because I have wide feet, and I know that cycling shoes generally come slightly smaller than the size they kind of say they are, but ooh, they look very nice. Hopefully they're not going to be too big. If they are, they're going to be very good for my wide feet, but the only way I'm going to find out is if I try them on. Okay, so I've quickly nipped upstairs, put some socks on, and now I'll try these shoes on. So let's take the padding out, undo the Velcro. Ooh. How does this work then? The boa system. Okay, so that comes away like that. Let's try it on. Unfortunately, I think I would say they are just a little bit, well, I don't know, a little bit too big maybe. The only way I'm going to find out for sure is to put the cleats on them and ride with them, but I'm a little bit loath to do that because if they are too big, then Sigma Sport might not take them back saying that they've been used, and fair enough. So I'm going to have to make a decision at some point. Let's try the other one on. Take the paper out. Yeah, coin's still in the air, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll have a bit of a think. Today's ride was a bit of an event. I went out cycling with my chum Dave, who's actually one of my oldest ever cycling chums. Dave and I started riding mountain bikes many years ago, and then we graduated up to road bikes. Now, today's ride was Dave's first in about 5 years. The last big ride he did was when we rode the Paris Hailing, which went from Hampshire here to Paris and all the way back. So it was a round trip of about 500 kilometers or so, and it was a great event, but he hasn't ridden since then, so Dave's kind of just getting back into it. And to ease him back in gently, I thought I'd take him on the Southwark route, as it is relatively flat. There's a couple of little challenging climbs in there, and it would be a good little sort of tester for his legs. He did quite well, so yeah, hopefully we'll be going out and doing some more in the future. What do you think of the ride so far?
Shut up, legs! Shut up! Okay, a bit of an adventure now. I'm off to cycle somewhere where I haven't ridden for quite a while. It's another baking hot day today, and I've come up to the Surrey and Berkshire border to do a very special ride for me, as I'll be visiting one of the iconic film locations for British cinema. And to get there, I started my journey in Englefield Green near Egham. I'm just going through Windsor now, so hopefully we'll get a view of the castle, and we should be at the location soon. So we've arrived at the entrance to Bray Film Studios. So if that doesn't mean anything to you, then perhaps Hammer Horror does, as they were all made just behind me here. Now, they were a very popular series of British horror films from the 1960s and 70s, and I grew up watching them and seeing people like Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing playing Dracula and Frankenstein's monster and all that, and yeah, I absolutely loved them. And here we are, right where they were made. I have to say, the roads around here are beautifully smooth, but then the Queen's probably riding on them all the time. I suppose the last thing she wants is a few potholes to take away her Strava PRs. I think I might have spoken a bit too soon about the smooth roads. Going through Raisby there, it was awful. Well, there we go, back to Englefield Green, and that's a very hot but very pleasant 40 kilometres.
And with a quick easy spin on Sunday morning, that brings the week to 202 kilometres ridden, 8 hours and 36 minutes of seat time, and I've climbed 1,157 metres. And that brings the year's total to 2,889 kilometres ridden, 126 hours of seat time, and I've climbed 17,324 metres. So if we go over to Strava and have a look at the fitness score, you can see that on Monday it was 56, on Tuesday it was 57, on Wednesday it was 60, on Friday it was 60, and then today it was 59. All in all, it's been another pretty good week on the bike. We've had some amazing weather, and I've done a ride that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. My takeaways for the week are: don't underestimate the heat, take more fluids than you'll think you'll need, and don't approach the security guards at Bray Studios. They don't like it one little bit. Unfortunately, the weather forecast for next week is looking a bit cooler, so I don't know what opportunities I'll have to get out. But I do hope to be able to go out and do a fair few rides, including possibly the longest ride I've done this year, maybe even 100 kilometres. Who knows? Thanks for watching.